Good evening. We are joined by G2, who are coming off of their match against Team Liquid. We'll begin with questions from the remote media and then move to the in-house. Brandon, would you like to ask the first question?
Yes, please. Thank you. Brandon with esports.gg here. Congratulations on the win, you guys. I'd like to send this question just to the core three, Valen, Jonah, Trent. Just shy of 3 years since you guys first stepped on the international stage. And now here you are going into playoffs. There is a team representing each region. So I'd just like to ask your thoughts to kind of compare and contrast now and then, what you feel the international talent level of Valorant is and, how it compares to back then when you guys first played in a Masters.
Um, I would say just comparing back then to now, we actually talked about it recently, and I actually asked Valen in Iceland the first time we choked against Optic up 10-4 in the third map, and I was like, did you think we could like win that event? And both of us were like, absolutely no way. But now, speaking for ourselves, I feel like any event we qualify to, we're capable of bringing home the trophy, and and yeah, just the difference of Valorant in general is insane. If you watch back the VODs from any international event from a couple years ago, everybody looks terrible. And now in this current meta, everyone's insane. So
Thank you. We'll go next to Miguel.
Thank you. Congratulations on the win, guys. And my question would be for Coach Josh. We didn't get to map 3, but it was a little bit surprising that Abyss was left open since Team Liquid has an outstanding 100% win rate on this map. Would you mind to talk about this selection? What was the idea behind it? Thank you.
It's pretty simple. We just thought that our Abyss would be better than theirs, despite the win record. We just looked at like how they played it. Have a clear game plan in mind, and just felt confident to leave that in.
Thank you. We'll go next to Pedro Romero.
Yeah, uh hey guys, first off, congrats on the victory and moving on to playoffs. Always good to see the team bounce back from losing the day prior. So, but still, like I want to ask this question to over to Valen. Brandon said it right there in the start of his question at the start of this press conference regarding the four teams that are remaining in this competition. One being from EMEA, one being from Americas, one being from Pacific, and one being from China. What I want to ask you about that is that now that we've been seeing how these four teams are performing in this competition and also in kickoff, your team included, how do you kind of weigh in on the strength level of the four regions, and where do you kind of look at the ranking, if you can like talk about that if you can?
I mean, it's safe to say that every team left at the tournament is potential of winning. All the regions have looked incredible. We lost to EDG previously in Swiss stage, so China's looking insane. Vitality looks like one of the best teams, and so is T1, and so are we. So it's kind of hard to give a ranking on that because we're yet to play the number one seeds besides EDG. But I have a lot of confidence in my team personally because I think when we look at the others, one thing that is a differentiating factor is like our experience together and how much time we've had on the international stage together. So I think we kind of have advantage there, but it still depends on us like starting hot, winning some pistols, and just playing good Valorant. So if we can do that, I think we can be the best region in the world.
Thank you. We'll go to Alejandro Sanchez next.
Yeah, first of all, congratulations on this victory against Team Liquid and advancing to playoffs. And my question is for Bowling. And now that the draw show already happened and your next match in playoffs will be against Team Vitality, what are your thoughts about facing the number one seed of MEA?
My thoughts, I think, they're a great team and they have a lot of star players on that team, but I have seen moments of weakness from them. And going into that match, we're definitely going to try to put that pressure on them and make them kind of fold a little bit. Because like I said, they're a new roster. They are very strong, but they have gaps and they have flaws just like everyone else. So I don't put them on a pedestal. And I'm just looking forward to playing against Dirke because last time he knocked us out of champ. So let's get some revenge. Yeah.
And he got smoked at Red Bull though.
No, we didn't.
Never mind. He wasn't on the
wasn't
team.
there.
I take that back.
Thank you. We'll take the next couple questions from Arnab.
Hey guys, congrats on the win and qualifying for playoffs. My question is for Valen. I want to know when a slow start like this happens, what does Josh tells you during the timeout that makes you guys come back like this strong?
Yeah, I think the early timeouts are just to try to fix some of our little details. Like usually we're hitting the game plan properly, so it's not like guys we're playing the rounds wrong. It's just like the small situations. It's the micro details that are giving them the advantage in these rounds. And it's actually something I spoke to my team about like pretty recently. Like guys, let's iron these details before the match if we need to. Let's talk about it as a team. Let's do whatever we can to go into these matches that we can just ease into it properly because right now it seems like sometimes we're kind of off page and it's not by a lot. I'm not trying to say we're just desynced completely, but when you are playing the highest level of Valorant, when you're competing for a championship, you need to be all one hand playing the game together. It needs to look like, all of us are controlling the same mouse and keyboard because that's how you put pressure on teams. That's how you don't give them a chance to win against you. And I'm excited that we got exposed versus EDG. We got exposed a bit today because playoffs, it's not happening. We're going to start hot and we're going to take over the series in playoffs.
Thank you. My second part of the question would be for, I'll say, Jojimo. We saw Team Vitality posting a good meme about you guys when you guys shared the jersey. Now it's your turn to play against them. Any words for them that you want to say?
I mean, I'm coming back for revenge as well against Durka. He beat me in champs, oh no, Tokyo in 2023. So I mean, I've been waiting a long time to play him again. So I'm just coming for Durka. That's it.
That's it. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll take the next question from Pedro Romero.
Yeah, I'm gonna send this one out to Jogimo. I mean, you kind of alluded to it at the very end of your answer there regarding, the previous encounter between your team back in 2023 with EG and Fnatic over in Masters Tokyo. Sticking on to that, per se, now that you've been able to play a few matches with G2 so far this year, I want to ask you how you kind of compare this squad to the EG squad, and given that you are also like in playoffs and are in the thick of trying to get that Masters crown. So how do you kind of compare both of the squads so far from your point of view? Which one of the aspects that stood out to you and yeah, etc.
Yeah, I would say for the 2023 roster, we were a little bit disconnect on like probably like our personal lives, like hanging out with each other, like figuring out like what we like to do, stuff like that, and just going out. This team has been more like home, like it's like more like a home, like everybody loves each other here. We all know what we're doing. We all have the same idea of, and winning is like one of the biggest ideas that like we all want to achieve here. We already did it in kickoff, and I know these guys just want that next trophy, and we want to be here for next year as well for franchise. So I mean, these guys have been amazing to me, and I don't think I'll ever change or compare them to EG because EG was just a different story.
Thank you.
Hey everyone, this is Rabia. Congratulations on the win today and best of luck for the next game as well. But before that, you guys have 2 days off. So what are your plans for the next 2 days? Any places you want to visit or anything you want to try when it comes to food? My question is open to everyone, but I would like to hear everyone's thought, like if anyone can answer.
I'll go first, I guess. Like I want to go to Icon Sion. I think that's what it is. The mall. It looks amazing. I've seen pictures and stuff. I'm not gonna tell you guys what day, but it looks cool.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yeah, 5 p.m.
I don't really know. I'm just
doing whatever. I have no idea.
So nonchalant.
The aura on this game.
Too much.
Thank you. Are there any more questions? Arnab?
Hi again. This time my question is for Josh. You have been with these players from ever since we know from the card, but each individual player has a different, I'll say, role that they possibly do on the best terms. As a coach, how do you shape these players, especially for events like this or situations like these? And what are your behind the scene works that you have set for these players to become this successful in the server?
I came in a couple years ago with this group back at the guard with a philosophy. The coaching philosophy is just making them just the best players possible to have long careers and just be leaders. And that's like my personal philosophy, just like having more agency in your life to take control of like what you can control and do make the most out of it. So with that, like it kind of shapes like what I tell the players. It's never about like shielding away from accountability. There's always more you can do. Obviously within reason, but like there's always something that you can get better at, some kind of skill within like Teo or how we play the macro game, and that's like in-game stuff, right? But also like how we approach practice mentality, match mentality. Each match is like a learning lesson. So like I always try to make sure there's a lesson to be learned at all times, because it's such a it's rare to have this kind of experience. Like we're really fortunate to have this kind of career. And I never had a pro player playing career, so it's always like guys, make sure you guys make the most of this. So yeah, that's basically my philosophy about this.
Thank you guys, and best of luck for playoffs, and enjoy your 2 days off.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey everyone. So I want to ask about coach that in the start you guys won kickoff and now you're into playoffs. The win was long due, and obviously you guys are playing great. But I want to ask you, like, your goal of winning kickoff completed, checked. Now you're into masters. Hopefully you guys go far into that as well. But if we talk about the whole season, what goals did you have for this year as a team and even as a coach? How do you see the upcoming events as well?
With how often this game changes, it's really hard to predict and try to make these goals. But obviously, it's like making every player better, and it's really easy in the sense that Riot always gives us new challenges, and so my days are always busy. The players are always busy. Next week, we got our matches to prepare, and then after this event, we have to prepare for stage 1. It's probably new agents coming, new map pool. Like there's always something more to do. And so honestly, just if you use maybe like a month out, it's really hard to plan for champs, but obviously the main goal is to go for champs. But I think it just helps to have this like nearsighted view of what to do. Like every day we have something to work on, and it makes life easier that way.
Yeah, definitely. Just a short follow-up to this. Today we saw that you guys got a look at the upcoming agent as well. Obviously, we don't want any leaks. We obviously respect the embargoes as well. But if I can ask, if you can share, is it like a balanced agent, or will it be like same as, for example, Tejo, or like someone who can change the meta completely?
I haven't seen the new agent
Oh,
yet.
did you guys?
Yeah, wait,
Oh,
what?
okay,
We
okay.
didn't see the
Yeah.
leaks.
Okay, cool.
Nope.
We've been just locked in, just getting ready for this match. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, I don't know if there's anything out there.
Have you seen it?
I can't say.
Okay.
Thank you so much, and good luck for the next game.
Thank you.
Hey, I had one question for the coach. Have you guys done any calculations on champions points, and like, at what point do you guys qualify? Is that like an internal benchmark?
I
Just
want
get the
20
most.
points.
Yep, there you go. Just get 20 points.
Get all the
So 20 points is it by your calculations, the threshold?
I have no idea
No, I
what the
just want 20.
distribution is, but I mean, like we saw last year how tight the race was. So like we can't just, take a break, right? We'll try to get as many possible.
Cool. Thank you. I believe that is the last question. And thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Recording stopped.